Hey there, it's Jimmy again, and today we've got a 1987 Nissan Maxima SE, which is awesome. But first, if you like what you see, please do hit subscribe and like, and also turn on the notifications so that you'll get notified whenever a new one of these gets put up on YouTube. These are cool. I remember these well from my high school days. These were pretty much the primary competitor to the Toyota Cressida of the day, but the Maxima was interesting. So this is the second generation, introduced for 85, and that was the first generation that actually became front wheel drive. So the first gen Maxima was rear wheel drive, and that obviously supplanted the old 810. And well, like I said, for 85 they went to front wheel drive. The body was very similar to the older ones, but definitely, well, not definitely, but obviously slightly updated. And then in this case, this is a 1987. It was updated yet again, but only slightly. The main updates for 87 had to do with stuff like the headlights became flush, and the turn signals, I think, changed a little bit. Same with the taillights. Inside changed a little more, but we'll take a look at all that. But yeah, these are cool. You do not see these on the street at all much anymore. You don't see Cressidas either, for that matter, for the most part. So whenever I run across one of these, it's always fun to document it. And this one's kind of the interesting, kind of darker red, sort of a brick red color, which was pretty popular back in the 80s. Now it's just kind of more of a cherry red that seems to be in vogue. This one's been modified a little bit by its previous or last owner, I guess. Starting at the back, this is an SE, since it has the rear spoiler, kind of a rubberized dealio, this one's actually in really good shape. The owner obviously changed the badges, but it is definitely a Nissan Maxima, and it's an 87, so there we go. Gotta love the fake bullet holes, whatever turns you on the street. I like the large, huge taillights. It's kind of a hallmark of these Maximas. Definitely distinctive. Always, the big taillights are always kind of fun to look at. Going around, pretty formal greenhouse, nice and upright. Very good to, good for rear headroom, great for passengers and so forth. It's got the Maxima call out right there on the rear window. And then, like we mentioned on the front, obviously you've got the slatted grille with the Nissan, and the aerodynamic headlights with the large turn signals, with a broken one here. Under hood, all the US ones got a 3-liter V6, I believe shared with the 300ZX, in this case mounted transversely for front wheel drive. And you could get these with a 4-speed automatic or a 5-speed manual. So we'll take a look and see how this one was equipped. A fair number were actually manually equipped, which is nice. This isn't a particularly complex engine bay to work on. Everything falls right to hand when people are disassembling it already. But it seems like everything's pretty accessible. So that's always nice to see. The hood strut still works, and it's actually a Japanese one, so I wonder if that's the original one. I guess hopefully it is. Yeah, it's interesting. This car has been here for a while, but not much has been taken from it, so we'll have to check out the mileage on it and see if that's particularly high or something. But kind of surprised to see this still here, and it's mostly original state. Always like the little engine bay placards. Nissan Motor Co. Japan. And we'll take a look at where this is built. It should have been Japan, actually. But we'll look at the VIN and check that out. Let's lower that back again. Let's take a look inside the trunk, as we usually do, right? So let's pop this bad boy open. Nicely counterweighted there, and yeah, that's actually a pretty big trunk. And looks like the rear seats may fold down, which is always good. We've got a power antenna here that's slightly busted, and then the jack would have gone down there. Spare tire would have been under here, and obviously there would have been carpeting there. But it's pretty nicely trimmed. Not bad at all. Very nice. Kind of like that. What's under here? You can kind of see the innards, taillights. They tape the wiring down so it doesn't slap around and make noise, which makes sense. So let's take a look at the inside, and we will start with the back seat today, I think. There we are. Look at that. That is pretty spacious. That is a lovely velour material. It's kind of a checkerboard pattern here in the middle, and then just a regular gray on the outsides. You've got the backrest with the integrated headrest. It's nice, and this is interesting. So it doesn't look like the whole thing folds. Oh, wow, look at that. The backrests fold down individually in kind of a, you've got an armrest there, and then the whole thing folds down. So you've got a big pass through there, but still room for someone else to sit. Or on the other side, you can lower this as well, but I think you have to pull the tab there. So we'll do that. This is nice. You've got power windows up and down. And as per usual, back in the 80s, everyone got their own ashtray for their smokes. But you'll notice no HVAC outlets for what was a pretty loaded car for back in the day. HVAC for the rear passengers, of course. Door sticks all. Front door panel is pretty much the same as the back, but you've got obviously window controls for everything. That's not bad. Nicely, very nicely bolstered seat here with the see-through headrest a la Audi, who seemed to, I think, pioneer that. You've got a leather-wrapped steering wheel here with someone put a cheesy cover on it. That's too bad, but 91, this was not an airbag wheel, since it still has the motorized mice seatbelt that went around the door frame, and then yeah, you had to do the lap belt manually, and this is what went into the door frame like that. So I can't, it's not sticking now, but oh well. Anyway, let's take a look. This is very well equipped. Power mirrors, obviously. It's the dimmer, cruise control in this one, the security light for the alarm system. What is this? Up, down? I don't know what this one is. Is it seat? I don't know. That's a new button for me. So you just kind of push it and it comes back. Someone will tell us in the comments, I'm sure. I don't think it's a sunroof control, but actually I don't even know if it's stock, but it's there. So it's got adjustable wheel, full instrumentation, which is nice. You've got voltmeter, fuel, temp, and oil pressure, and then obviously RPM gauge and speedometer. And this one actually did not do very many miles. We're topped out at 115,583, which is exceptionally low for mid-80s Japanese car with a V6. That's kind of a performance car. Especially, check this out. This one actually did have the 5-speed. So 5-speed manual transmission, very nice. Made it a pretty good performer. What do these have? About 100, I want to say is 157 horsepower, which is pretty good for back in the day. Like we said, 3-liter V6. Here we've got individually controllable center vents. When's the last time you saw that? And then AC button and the HVAC. This looks really similar to what's in the, well, all the other Nissans, like the pickup truck and the Pathfinder, except they're not silver in those, they're black. And then this one has a big hole here, but it looks like at one point it had the Nissan dynamic sound system, which probably was a big old thing with the equalizer and everything. And then ashtrays down there, cigarette lighter, obviously, center console. Oh, this one had the adjustable suspension. So sport, normal, and firm, or I don't know. What's SNF stand for? Someone tell us, come on. It's gotta be a fan out there. So very cool though, that has that. And then a little bin in there. Love that. And then over here we have a glove box. Not very big. Someone took the latch. And this is kind of cool. We've got a huge row of warning lights up here. I don't know if you can see them. Got the battery, doors open, seatbelt, washer fluid, defrost, something that looks like a carousel or a cable car, fuel, headlights, sensors, cruise control, cruise. Wow, that goes all the way across the dashboard and lights up depending on what's going on with the car, I guess. So yeah, very, very cool. And then down here, what do we have? Just a fuel opener. So no trunk release. Was the trunk release somewhere else? No, I guess you needed the key. Unless it's hidden somewhere. But oh, and here's the VIN. Let's take a look and see. It's, oops, that's upside down. It's a J VIN, so built in Japan in 1 of 87. So January 87 build in Japan, and then imported and sold somewhere in the US to a presumably happy owner who didn't put very many miles on it before they sold it to whoever owned it last. Unless it's the original owner car, but somehow I doubt that. Anyway, thank you very much. Please do, if you enjoyed this or any of my other videos, please do subscribe and like. Leave comments below. I try to answer them, or other people will. And if you select notify me, or turn on notifications, you'll get notified when new videos get posted. Thank you. Bye-bye.